What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake.
And I'm Chris.
And we got another tree job for you today. As you can see behind me, we got another Vermeer chipper from our friends over at Vermeer All Roads. We have the CMC Arbor Pro 83 HD spider lift hooked up behind the International. And we're gonna go do some more tree work. If you saw the last tree work video that we did with the excavator, it went really well. We used the Forest mini chipper. We're gonna be doing something similar here today. Excavator and chipper. Makes our lives a lot easier. So this is the Vermeer BC1000XL. This is another chipper that we've gotten, to use from Vermeer. We have not used the 1000XL. We've used 3 other of their models. This is now the smallest chipper that we've gotten to use from Vermeer, but don't let its small stature and appearance fool you. Despite the fact that it's called a BC1000, it's actually a 12-inch chipper. The XL, I was told, denotes that it's actually bigger than what it says. It has a 12-inch tall by 17-inch wide opening in there, single feed wheel roller. So this chipper actually, shoots in above its weight class. It has a lot of the same features, standard features that the other Vermeer chippers have. You have your, safety bar right there. You have the standard digital display over here with your smart feed option, your eco idle option, and you can also, decrease the sensitivity of that safety bar back there. This thing is powered by a 74 horsepower Deutz diesel. 74 horsepower is key because that keeps you in under the emissions threshold. This thing has no emissions on it. It also features a clutchless system. You do have to engage a belt here, but there is no clutch for you to actually engage or disengage, or for a clutch to wear out or get damaged or broken by employees. So that's a really nice feature. We're going to be trying this thing out here today. We will be feeding it, I believe, with an excavator. I think my buddy is going to bring out his Kubota KX80, so that's a pretty big excavator that we'll be feeding with this thing. We're gonna head over to the job and get started. All right, guys, we made it. We're here at the job. The homeowner is not here yet, so I just need to confirm to be totally sure, because again, this is one of my buddies where he's just kind of telling us what he wants done, and we're gonna do it. But I believe this whole grove of trees here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are gonna come out because he's going to be redoing his driveway and kind of moving the driveway, I believe. And they don't want the tree roots, to affect the new driveway and so on and so forth. I believe he's also gonna be trying to bury his power to the house, during the same project. So that's why we're here to take these trees down. And the spider lift should make it a lot easier. We got a pretty good, drop zone out here in the lawn, albeit we have to watch these power lines. And then we have another pretty good drop zone out over here in this driveway area. And we're gonna be fly chipping, into the woods and just making a big pile.
I'm gonna send this stuff through the chipper.
All right, just stay, everyone's clear.
You see the little spruce there?
Yeah.
Ready? Yep. Here we go. Beautiful. Now it's done, baby.
What do you think? Leave this stick standing for now?
For
Keep
sure.
Keep it out of our way, right?
Yep.
All right, on to the next.
Help has arrived. Nice little KX80-4 here. That's going to be very useful getting that big hickory top off the top of all the brush. And it'll also help with these skinnier trees that we're going to take down. That way we can take full tops and just blow them all this way towards the driveway, making it a lot easier for us to chip up. Go ahead, I'm by the road.
Mike, can you just pull on it? I want to see what it looks like with a little tension.
Little tension?
Yeah. Nice. Look at that hinge wood. Nice hinge wood, even, went beautiful. Honestly, why don't we just leave the Spider here and we'll just keep, you want to just keep pulling tops over? Or do you want to clean that one up first?
Let's clean that one up first, but...
Do you want me to come down?
No, I don't think you have to.
I mean, that's birch, I think.
Yeah.
What you got? Can we do it twice? Can we repeat history? Yes, we can! It's gonna be nice to have that heavy duty can.
machine's a little overkill for the job.
You ready?
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, I mean, it's pretty small, so he's gonna have to start pulling. Just tell him
All
to
right.
start pulling. What?
This guy's bucket pin is about to fall out.
I guess I'm not the only one.
Crusty ass.
Damn. It's a good thing I put the curve cut in. All right, so we just took this top out of the hickory, and you might have noticed that I put these cuts on either side. You can't see the back one, but one on each side. Those horizontal cuts, and those are kerf cuts with really stringy wood or bark that's really strong, which hickory is both. You want to put those kerf cuts in because it can, as the tree is going, it will actually pull on that bark, and sometimes the whole top of the tree or whatever piece you're cutting can get hung up and just held on by the bark or this really fibrous wood. So you put these kerf cuts in so that this exact thing happens. It will peel, but only to that kerf cut, and then it will break off. So the top obviously did not get hung up here because I put that kerf cut in. Had I not put that kerf cut in, this whole section of wood would have been holding onto that top, which could have made it a little precarious, especially being over the house drop power lines. Careful. Don't hit me in the face. Go. Nice toss.
I was telling him machine's a little overkill, but you know.
Hey, you know, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, that's why I bought my size machine, the 35, because it's like perfect for this. Yeah, is a little big, but
Bring up the 250, but if I start pulling stumps at some point, fuck it.
yeah. No, I mean having the excavator makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah. You guys want anything?
No, I'm good.
You need lunch?
No, we don't eat. If we eat, well, we eat after. But if we eat, then that means we're done.
I hear you. Tough getting going after lunch.
Plus, it's hard to get a buzz off of 3 beers when you have a full belly.
Fair enough.
Fire with this is 6-way wood all day, baby.
You need to move?
We're just gonna blow the brush out, and then I'll start back into here again.
All right.
Yep. got down from the spider lift. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees brushed out. We got that hickory over there limbed up, so that looks a lot better. We got this maple limbed up. We took some big limbs coming out over my truck and chipper. Most of the brush has been cleaned up and chipped thanks to the excavator and the Vermeer chipper. Now, I wasn't really on the ground, so Chris, what are you thinking of this BC1000XL being the smallest Vermeer that we've used?
I mean, it's certainly doing the job. We're getting it done. I don't know if it is a new operator in the tree work kind of feeding a chipper, or if it's the chipper or what the deal is, but it almost seemed like the rollers weren't strong enough to pull in the size pieces that we were loading. I was doing my best to cut everything as flush as possible as far as the unions and the crotches go, but as soon as it would hit some sort of lump, it would kind of like stall out. It wouldn't feed anymore. So we were using the excavator a lot more to kind of like lift the tip weight off of the branches and help feed it through the chipper.
Right. I think it was kind of like a case of being a seesaw because we were able to feed and move such big pieces because of the excavator. I think once you put them in, that feed wheel wants to push down, but it's still resting on the tray. So if you have a lot of weight on the tips with all these hickory nuts and leaves and stuff, it is going to want to force that butt end up. And this BC1000XL doesn't have hydraulic downforce, I don't believe. So I think just the pressure of it was lifting that feed wheel up. And again, because there's only one feed wheel, it's just, you know, it was spinning on the top. So basically what Mike was having to do was move his bucket out towards the tips, lift up. That way, you know, the feed roller didn't have to fight all that pressure of the tips, you know, and the lever, and it could go into the chipper. But I mean, it seems like the chipper was throwing pretty good chip. All right, let's see if the KX80 will push this thing over. Oh yeah, I think so. Oh yeah. Nice. Roots and all. Next. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, let's see if this will push over these two bigger ones now. Started to go. Gotta get a little closer, I think. Track forward. Snapped it right at the base. I mean, I think you got it. If you go over on the asphalt, yeah, push that way. All right, let's see if you got this last one. Oh yeah. Not a problem. Boom. All right. Well, now we got a huge mess. All right, we've established a game plan here. Chris and Mike are working on the pines. I'm gonna work on getting this thing more on the ground. Try lifting on that one.
Twist it.
Yeah, if you lift on that one that's going down into the ground.
I'm ripping these out anyway. Knock this off first.
Huh.
Probably gonna break. Let's see.
There we go.
She's heavy. Oh, God, come on, baby.
Here, you know what? If you put it down and grab it and just make sure it doesn't come and roll down on me, you know?
Can I try dropping it too?
Yeah, you can try.
Hold on. One more time.
Here, grab it there. No, grab it close to the trunk. Lift up. All right, hold on. Just put pressure on it.
Major bee's nest in there somewhere.
Oh, where's that?
I don't know, I'm watching, there's a shit ton on the other side on
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, I see him. Fuck. He's allergic to bees. Bad.
Has he got EpiPen?
No. I mean, he does, but not here. No, why would he have it? He's a tree guy. Here, hold on. Push it up again, and I'll cut this last horn on the bottom. Oh yeah. I guess that's it.
Fuck that! Yeah, that part might not be a today problem.
Yeah. I'd probably just douse that with some bee spray and come back in a couple days.
Yeah. Light that bitch on fire.
Just set the whole thing on fire. Just pile it up.
Fuck it. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, there are a lot of bees there, guys. I don't know if you can see them, but they are all over Yellow Jackets. So, oh, at least it's on the ground,
Yeah.
safe.
I can pick the pieces out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But we're staying away from that.
Okay, he's ready for you again. So why don't we focus on getting that cleaned up, since this is all the way in the back?
Especially because, like, this trunk and shit's all going in Hank's dumpster anyway.
Yeah. There really isn't a lot of even wood on here that we could chip. It's too big.
Yeah.
This thing was like just wood with then some brush on it.
It was probably a nice tree if it was healthy.
Yeah, at one point it was, before all it broke out, it was probably a huge hickory.
That's nuts. All right,
Ah, I see what you did there. thing on?
I don't know, am I on?
Oh yeah, you're on. All right, well, of course, just as the work is done, the machine needs to regen, so it's gonna sit here, burn diesel for 20 minutes while it does its thing. But we got most of this stuff cleaned up. They're gonna be digging out these stumps. You can see that, well, I guess he already did dig them out. And then hauling away, you know, the logs, the pine logs, and this debris. So that's all done. Got the hickory on the ground, that huge one in the back, but those bees are pretty gnarly. Chris is actually somewhat allergic to bees.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be touching that. They'll probably load that out too, because that's really big wood anyway. But yeah, got all that done, which is good. And then obviously the main, you know, focus was these trees up in the front here, which are all gone. We got the logs piled up over here. They are going to be delivering me these firewood poles at some point in the future. This is all pretty nice, straight, small diameter stuff, so we will take that. And yeah, the spider lift, you know, made this job a lot easier. So now this Vermeer BC1000XL. Now, keep in mind, we have tried basically all of the bigger versions. This is the smallest Vermeer that we have used thus far. I gotta say, out of all the other Vermeer chippers that we've used, each time they left me wowed. Like, I was wowed, right? We were impressed with how well they worked, how much power they had, how much crushing force, you know, whatever. But granted, they were, you know, much bigger, more expensive, more powerful chippers. This BC1000XL, I think it has plenty of power to chip, but what we were finding is that it doesn't have like any down force or down pressure. There's no hydraulic down pressure, and I could be mistaken, I'm not a product expert, but we don't even see any like springs or anything on the outside here. Now, granted, there might be springs to pull down on the inside of that chipping chamber, but quite frequently we would see that feed wheel just kind of bouncing up on top of the brush instead of pushing down to suck it in, right? I mean, you were doing the majority of the chipping.
Yeah, it certainly seemed like it didn't have enough force pulling down on the brush to actually pull it into the chipper. On the other side, it almost looks like there's a spot for a spring, but there's no spring there.
That's for a jack in case something gets stuck.
Okay.
You can take the tongue, the trailer tongue jack, and put it in here and lift this up. But as you can see over on this side as well, there's no spring or anything, at least that's visible out here. Now, that's not to say that there isn't down pressure more than just the weight of that feed roller, but compared to the other Vermeers that we've used, it was lacking in that department. Now, granted, we are feeding the smallest Vermeer chipper that we've, you know, used with the biggest excavator that we've used. So, you know, so take it with a grain of salt. That's just something we noticed. Other than that, it chipped up everything that we threw at it.
Yeah, we were feeding it appropriately sized pieces as well. Like, we weren't trying to fit a 14-inch log through this 12-inch chipper. We were feeding 8 and 10-inch stuff through this, and it did it. It just took a little longer. Yeah.
I do think that you kind of, when you feed stuff with a machine, you lose sight of how much you're actually pushing through at the same time. So I think maybe, although the pieces that we were feeding were appropriately sized, the volume at which we were feeding through it at once could have been just a little overwhelming for a chipper of this size. Nothing bad against it. As soon as it did grab that material, it chipped it up and shot those chips, you know, really far. You could see way out into the woods here, over there. Really nice chips. So that was just something, you know, that we noticed with this machine. But again, great machine, competitively priced. All the specs on it are, you know, up to snuff. So this was a good one, although I think we like the slightly bigger ones, you know, if we're gonna be doing jobs like this. So I think that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. I hope you enjoyed. My buddy is pretty happy with all the work we got done today. So hopefully this helps him get in his new driveway and the rest of his project goes successfully. So as always, guys, if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. We'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Any questions, comments, feedback, throw it down in that comment section. But for now, I'm Jake.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. See you here next time. So this is my buddy's Jeep. You've had this since high school, right? This is the same one? And not quite street legal anymore. But what's it? It's on 1-ton axles. And how big of tires?
39.
39-inch tires. And you do some pretty serious rock crawling with it, right?
Yeah, I went down the sides.
You show up all those rock bouncers and stuff.
Oh yeah. Go home through.
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. He's had this a long while.